We're right.
Is she always right?
Always.
Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world, you are watching NowMedia Television.
Welcome to Your Personal Real Estate. I'm your host, Michelle Briggs. Each week on this show, we will be exploring real estate markets and how they affect buyers, sellers, and investors alike. We will look at current trends in housing prices, explore ways to increase property value, discuss financing options for home buyers, and more. Whether you're just starting out as a homeowner or an experienced investor looking for new opportunities, this show is sure to give you valuable insight into the world of real estate. So let's get started. We have so many factors within our real estate market today. Interest rates continue to be on the rise at historic rates, and just one of the most notable trends in recent years has been the increase in home prices throughout the country. You're looking at approximately median price home of $304,000 in 2020, and today we're looking at approximately $354,000. Not only are we coming off of a market that has been a seller's market, and I acknowledge we still have sellers markets today. However, we are seeing many markets shift towards being or becoming buyer's market. As the real estate market shifts to meet changing demands, it's important to be aware of what options are available. Financing can be a major roadblock for prospective buyers and investors. Here at Your Personal Real Estate, we want to ensure that everyone has access to the information they need. We'll be discussing various financing options, different lending products, as well as remodeling or redecorating your home to accommodate your current needs. Within today's episode, we will be speaking with Steve Baker, a loan officer with Movement Mortgage, about our current lending market without deep diving into interest rates, as we know they change daily. Day Smith, owner of Simplicity by Day, with tips on the first things you should do getting started your house ready for sale. And also for investors, we have Gene Reynolds. He's the president of Reynolds and Associates, and Daniel Garcia. He's a bilingual manager at the firm. And they're going to share a few areas to look at when you're filing your taxes with an investment portfolio. As well as Bill McDonald, Vice President of Sales for Stratus Title, along with Paul McDonald, Managing Partner of DeLange, Hudspeth, McConnell, and Tidbits LLP. Because in Texas, we cannot purchase a home without a title policy without going to a title company. We'll be right back to continue with the show after this short break.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the number one cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you have worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
Hey, Lily says AT&T is giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to Hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper, but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here today with Steve Baker. He's the loan officer with Movement Mortgage, and there's so much to Steve that is above being a loan officer. He serves his community in so many different capacities. I'm excited about him being here with us today. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm great, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Oh, wonderful. Well, tell us a little bit about you. Let everyone know who you are, and also I really want you to share about Movement Mortgage.
Certainly. I'm Steve Baker. I live in Houston, Texas. I moved here 12 years ago from Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been in the mortgage business about 25 years now, and I've been with Movement Mortgage about 3. Movement Mortgage is a company that started in 2008, and when the company started, the founders of the company decided that they were going to give 50% of their profits to charity. They decided that on the very first day. So the company's been doing that now for quite some time. And in 2017, the company decided to start building charter schools, and they started. The company's out of Charlotte, North Carolina, so the first schools are actually in Charlotte, and we have 3 more schools opening this year. 1 in Atlanta, 2 more in North Carolina. Houston is on the list to get one. The company has committed to building 100 charter schools over the next 10 years. So the company's committed $1 billion to that project. So every loan I close, half of the money goes into this fund to do that. So every time I close a loan, I really feel like I'm helping a child go to a charter school. And these charter schools have been really great. These kids, 65% of them have grown up under the poverty line. And if you grow up under the poverty line, you only have a 4% chance of breaking out. So this gives these kids such a huge opportunity. And these kids in these schools on standardized tests, they score 300% better than their counterparts in the public schools. So it's been a great opportunity. I really enjoyed working at the company, and it's really a nice opportunity to be able to give back in this way.
Right. And Steve, that was one of the main reasons why I enjoy working with you, and knowing that you're a partner in the real estate industry and in our business, and taking care of not only your clients, but also your community in such a big way, not just locally, but also, just nationally. So thank you for that. So getting down to business, so what are you seeing in the market today? Now, I know you can't talk interest rates because that changes daily. However, but what are you seeing in our market today regarding the interest rates?
Well, rates were actually starting to trend down a little bit up until we had these few bank failures here in the last week or so. So that's kind of put the market in kind of a little bit of a flux, I guess. Rates have kind of been vacillating back and forth. I think what people don't understand is that mortgage money is a commodity, and commodities change price sometimes several times a day. But I do believe that we will see rates continue to come down over the next year or two. It's just we were planning on seeing a little bit better rates here in March, but of course nobody foresaw that we would have a couple of bank failures here the last couple of weeks. So I think until this whole thing shakes out and we kind of know what how broad it's going to be, I think we're going to see a little bit of choppiness in the market. But as far as I've seen with buyers, I think people are getting used to rates being up a little bit, and I think they're enjoying the fact that there's a little bit more inventory and there's not as many bidding wars. And so what we've kind of been encouraging people to do is, hey, go ahead and buy the house you want now, because rates are going to come down in the next couple of years, and just, we'll go ahead and finance you a year or so from now. Go ahead and get the perfect house now, and don't worry so much about trying to get the perfect rate on the mortgage, because it's just too hard to time that in the way that things are right now.
Now, Steve, do you see, I had someone ask me the other day, they said, when do you think the rates, or do you ever believe the rates will ever get back to the 2%, 2.53%? I told them I didn't foresee that happening anytime soon. However, I'm not the expert in that. What is your opinion?
From what I'm hearing, nobody's saying anything about 2.5 to 3. So, but I have heard things as low, like later on in next year, I've heard things as low as high 3s to low 4s. And that could be a possibility, but I think the rates that we've had in the last, a couple of years ago, I'd never seen rates that low in my career, so I don't anticipate seeing rates like that again in the near future anyway.
Yeah, I do not believe I've seen rates that low either. Starting in the real estate industry in '96, I don't remember ever seeing anything like that. It was historic. And we are, I believe, in pre-pandemic interest rates, right? So we got a little spoiled over the past few years, and I think we're balancing out. And that's just my opinion. And I do, of course, hope that they do decrease for my buyer clients as well. But I agree with you. I think what we're hearing consistently is marry the house, date the rate. I mean, that's just
right.
Kind of the little cliche that we're hearing in our industry. So you're talking about buyers, and what are you seeing or hearing from buyers or borrowers around concerns with purchasing in today's market? And how are you preparing them for the process? You had just mentioned about buying now and refinancing. Is there some other concerns or something else that you're sharing with them to get them prepared?
Well, mostly just getting people prepared just to do a mortgage, because a lot of people have, either they've never done a mortgage before, or it's been, several years since they've done a mortgage. So I really talk a lot more about the process and the documents needed and the time frames and what you need to do to proceed. But as the only real concerns that I've seen from buyers lately, it's really just been rates mostly, because people got so used to them being so low that now they're a little bit higher. That seems to be the biggest thing. But from what I'm seeing, for the most part, I have seen some bidding wars still on property, which is unusual. I really didn't think we were having too many bidding wars anymore, but that does happen from time to time, but not as many. So.
Right, with looking at our inventory is increasing. We're starting getting to the spring sales, right? Spring, summer, that's our peak season for sales in our industry, for our business. And we're seeing increase in listings. We're seeing an increase in showings. January, we had an increase in showings. So the buyers are out there. And I believe that we do, like Old Town Katy, like what they call Katy proper, right? It's one of the hottest markets today. And we're seeing an increase in listings and the increase in showing. So I'm feeling really positive about summer and our sell season and buy season. And I think, as you're saying, the interest rates, buy today, refinance later, right?
Correct.
So when they're refinancing, when you're looking at buying and refinancing within 3 years, is that a positive move financially for someone's family?
It would be if you could save at least 1% on the interest rate, and I believe that we will be able to do that. A year or so from now, I believe we'll be able to save more than 1%, maybe even 2% on the interest rate. I don't usually recommend people refinancing unless you can save at least 1%. And one of the things that we've been doing, if you refinance with us, we're going to waive the lender fees.
Nice.
If you refinance with us between now and the end of next year, because we believe so many people are going to refinance. So there's no harm in refinancing. There's no prepayment penalties or anything like that. So it's just all about getting a lower payment at a future time.
Right. Well, I love that, because it's really what's best for your family, right? And the budget, and creating that generational wealth, if you will, with purchasing a new home. Or downsizing, or even upsizing, right? Going larger for your family and your family needs. So what else is going on? What other products? What can you share with us? And a myth, in regards to a down payment. So everyone thinks it's 20% off the top. Is that what's the myth, or how do we debunk that myth?
Right. If you're a first-time home buyer, you could do 3% down conventional, and regardless if you're a first-time home buyer or not, you can always do 3.5% down FHA. So you don't. It's not required to put 20% down. So And most people don't. I mean, the majority of my borrowers, tend to put less than 10% down for the most part. And of course, first-time home buyers are doing 3.5% down. But I've noticed even people that are stepping up to the next home, a lot of times they're only putting 5 to 10% down. So the thing before, mortgage insurance used to be really expensive, back in the past, but now mortgage insurance is credit score driven. So if you have great credit, even if you're only putting 3 to 5% down, a lot of times your mortgage insurance isn't that expensive anymore. So you're in a lot of times you're better off to keep your money and do something else with it, as opposed to throwing it into a house and avoiding $50 or $60 a month in mortgage insurance.
Great. Well, Steve, all right, so how does everyone get a hold of you and your expertise?
Well, the easiest way to get a hold of me, I mean, obviously you can email me at steve.baker@movement.com. You could call me at the office at 281-914-4131 or my cell 317-370-9063.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate you being with us today, and we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Thanks for having me, Michelle.
I was recently asked what it means to be a family lawyer. What is family law? Family law is not just about divorce or custody or child support. Family law is about your life. As a family lawyer, I protect your children, your wealth, your future. I don't do this alone. As your attorney, we work as a team to determine your goals and priorities and provide a strategy in an often complex, painful, and confusing time. Whether it's asset protection through pre- or post-marital agreements or fighting to protect your children, I'm here to help. My team and I bring decades of combined experience to support you and your family in all aspects of family and wealth planning, from estate and legacy planning to divorce and child custody issues to representation in complex litigation cases. Take a decisive step. We're here when you're ready. Remember, it's about your life.
According to the FBI, a robbery occurs every 13 seconds. Homes and businesses without a reliable security system are 300% more likely to be burglarized. Alert 360 provides custom-tailored rock-solid security solutions to residential and commercial customers. Whether it's home security, fire and carbon monoxide detection, flood protection, connected senior care, managed video surveillance solutions, 24/7 alarm monitoring, and life safety, Alert 360 is your ideal solution. In addition, Alert 360 has a smart home and business integrations like access control and video shield for a complete peace of mind, protecting what matters the most and reducing energy costs with our top-of-the-line automatic scheduling functions. Alert 360 offers security services discounts to military personnel, veterans, first responders, educators, and hospital personnel. Don't be a victim. Take a strong step today. Call Rosana Torres at 832-863-8574 for your free consultation.
Are you a business owner feeling overwhelmed or burnt out with no energy left for what's most important to you? In order to effectively run your business and maximize your profits, you have got to be the best possible you that you can be. Now is the time to reclaim your energy, master your schedule, and maximize your profits so you can effectively run your business rather than it running you. It's time to become the CEO of your business and life. I'm Jen Godet, a business strategist and life coach. I work with overwhelmed business owners who feel stuck in a rut and depleted. I teach you how to stop doing the things that aren't making you money and start prioritizing the things that bring you energy, joy, and lasting impact. I'm a human performance specialist and an international best-selling author. I've helped countless people all over the world to learn the art of saying no, overcome their fear, and maximize their performance. Let's get you to live your best possible reality. Start today and become the CEO of your business and your life.
Welcome back, everyone. You are watching Your Personal Real Estate. I'm your host, Michelle Briggs, and we have Day Smith with us today, the owner and founder of Simplicity by Day. How are you doing, Day?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me, Michelle.
I love that you are here with us today. So please tell us about you. I want to learn about you, about Simplicity by Day, and how you assist individuals and families in getting their homes ready for sale.
Yes, thank you. I am a productivity coach and professional organizer. So I help business owners and homeowners get organized and declutter before that stressful move. So I support realtors as well as homeowners in that whole process.
Now, Day, with that process, it can be so detailed. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it looks like? I know that when you initially work with and starting with sellers, I'm sure they have concerns as to what it really looks like when you're telling them you got to move that, take that out. I mean, what does that look like for you in working with someone?
Yes, so when I come in, they've already connected with their realtor, so I'm working in conjunction with their realtor, and the realtor kind of tells me about the homeowner, what's going on, their next steps, whether if they're putting things in storage and then moving into their home, or they're downsizing. So I get all that information and I walk in there with that intel so that I'm better able to serve the homeowner and let them know what that process will look like. So, for example, if they are moving if they're downsizing, then that's going to look different for how we declutter and what things we want to give away or take to the new home. And if you are, putting things in storage, that's going to dictate how the decluttering process is going to go as well as packing. So we take all of those things into consideration when we are organizing for the move based on the next steps for the homeowner.
Now, I know that you have different programs. I say different programs, but you have different options for individuals to choose from. And please, by all means, correct me if I'm wrong. But if I'm understanding what you do, not only do you come in and you take a look and you share with them what it looks like to reorganize and declutter and get ready for that sale, but also you do have something where you provide the service to literally pack them up. Is that correct? Or get them organized to get packed?
Yes, so I work with a Rolodex of experts. So I come in usually with the realtors before they list, before they even do the open house, and walk them through the decluttering process. And then I give them a plan for how to declutter while your home is being listed, as well as how to start that packing process, because sometimes your contract could come much sooner and it's time to go, you got to pack things. So I'll go ahead and give them that heads up. And then if they do want help with packing, help with storing things, help with moving, help with hauling away, I reach out to my network and we provide that service for the homeowner, just to take some of that weight off of them and know that they're going to get someone who they can trust to come into their home and support them with the move.
Now, have you ever, in a home, when you were asked to meet with the realtor out at the location, have you ever gone in and thought, oh my, where do we start?
Yes, I have. The only thing with me is I'm not intimidated by it. I go into project mode, okay, this is what we're going to do. But I have had clients who, usually it's the clients who are a little bit older, who may have been in their home for a little bit longer, and they tend to have collected just a lot more valuable things that they may not want to part with. And so, it's a little bit psychology involved with helping them part ways or to commemorate things in order for us to declutter. And so that's when the challenge comes, when it's time to move and it's time to declutter, talking to those homeowners who are just really attached to their things. But I always bring it back to the goal, because the reason why they're with the realtor and with me is to sell the home. In order to make money and sell your home, you got to declutter and let go of things. So that always works.
Right, you're moving on to the next chapter of your life. If it's a retirement, again, we said earlier, upsizing, you be downsizing. It's really about, your family and really your real estate needs. And I love having your partnership, because I know you are just a phone call away. And the one thing that I do know about you, Day, personally, is that you are a woman of your word and you come into that space and you definitely share with people in a very gracious way what is needed.
Absolutely.
And I think you have a checklist. I mean, it's amazing how organized you are.
Well,
right?
well, I gotta be. But you mentioned a good point on being gracious. I walk into the space and I let them know that it's okay. This is stressful. Everybody, even me, when I've moved, it's a stressful situation. Yeah. So I let them know I'm going to hold their hand. I'm going to look out for them. I'm going to make sure that I try to make it as easy as possible. You talked about the checklist. I look at what the reality is of their home, and sometimes people have young kids or they have multiple family members. There was a time where a lot of people were working from home, so it was hard to pack up things when you actually need to use that space. And so I take all that into consideration and try to really work around their lifestyle so that added stress of, I need to do this is not there on top of needing to move, needing to pack. So I definitely take that into consideration.
Great. Can you share with us a few programs? I know we touched on a couple of them. Is it a group session? I say session, but is it a series? Is it we visit your home on 2 different occasions?
Yeah.
I mean, how can you share a little bit about what that looks like?
Yes. Well, from the real estate or home selling process, the first point of entry is obviously with the realtor, but sometimes people reach out to me that they needed an organizer, and so we do that initial walkthrough, and that's just a one-time thing. Now, if the client does want those extra services like the packing, the moving, the storage, then we talk about different packages for them. So I work with packages. Okay. And then if you become a client and you want me to help you with the move in, so that you start with a clean slate, then we can talk about consistent, ongoing the organizing services. Sometimes I'll come in quarterly just to check in with you to make sure, maybe some things have gotten cluttered or you've had some changes in your lifestyle. I'll come in and do some maintenance, so to speak, some organizing maintenance for clients. So there's different ways for us to work together.
I love that. So it's not only when you're ready to sell and you're getting ready to place your home on market. Yes. She works with you, and you truly are a partner in the process from beginning to end.
Yes, and I'm brought in as a value add to the real estate team, but I find that the clients and we form a relationship. Like you said, I'm coming in, I'm seeing all your stuff just exposed, and so we get real close real soon, and I feel like I make a pretty good impression on clients to where they do want me back for the next move or for life changes or just to be in their lives consistently as a organizing team.
Well, that is a value add, and it is so beneficial to have you on the team and to be a phone call away. And I really do appreciate who you are for us as realtors and for homeowners alike. And being organized and decluttering, that is a whole nother level of peace.
Yes,
right?
It is. And it's peaceful to you guys as realtors. You have a million things to manage with one client, not thinking of the other clients that you have. So I try to definitely be a partner for you and help you achieve what you want to for your clients as well. So it's definitely a partnership with the real estate team.
Well, wonderful. So Day, how does everyone get a hold of you?
Well, you can always visit my website at simplicitybyday.com to learn about how I work with clients, both home organizing, digital organizing. Check out all the services and programs. And if you feel like you are ready to, have a conversation with me, you can visit meetwithday.com and set up a complimentary consultation. So those are the ways you can get in touch with me. I'm on all the socials at @simplicitybyday as well. Feel free to follow me and just engage and let me know, what you guys need from a realtor and a homeowner's perspective.
Thank you so much, Day. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the #1 cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you've worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper, but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
Welcome back, everyone. We are now with Gene Reynolds. He's the founder and president of Reynolds & Associates, and his manager, Daniel Garcia. How are you two doing today?
Michelle, we're doing great. Thanks for inviting us. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you're here today. Now, there's so much about taxes and filings, and it's so different from, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's so different when you have an investment portfolio, real estate investment portfolio, to a normal homeowner. Can you tell us a little bit, tell us about Reynolds & Associates, and then tell us a little bit about what your firm does.
Thanks, Michelle. The firm has been around for a long time. I'm a long-time Houston resident and was born and raised here. Got my accounting degree from Texas A&M and have been a CPA since a long time ago. Daniel has been with the firm now for almost 8 years. It's a pleasure to work with him. We do a litany of things for our clients, Michelle. Particularly, we focus on small to medium-sized businesses, and certainly real estate is one of the niches that we represent and have represented for a long, long period of time. What we do particularly for real estate companies or real estate investors is, first of all, the primary thing we focus on when we first meet someone who is in or wants to be in the real estate business. It's so important that you identify the type of activity you're going to be involved with in real estate, and then to properly select, if you will, the type of entity in which you want that activity to reside and in which you want to do business. And the reason that's important is because, for example, if you're a real estate developer, a limited partnership may be a perfect entity type for you because of the rules related to unequal distributions among partners or preferred distributions to partners from cash flow, and or basis issues when it comes to real estate transactions and how that, if you will, flows into your personal tax return, as opposed to someone who's going to be in the business of owning real estate for perhaps for rental purposes, maybe a single member LLC or a series of single member LLCs may be more appropriate. The reason I'm saying all of this is because it's so important that you select in the beginning the type of entity that is the appropriate entity for the type of real estate activity for which you will be engaging in. It can have all kinds of income tax implications, planning implications. It can actually affect ultimately how it's taxed. And I'm going to be quiet for just a second. Let Daniel talk to you about some of the things we do on the accounting side too, because that's kind of his focus, and he can bring you up to date on some of the things we do for some of our real estate clients on the accounting arena, not just the tax arena.
And that's basically it. It's we focus on building a relationship with clients, yes, in the real estate industry, as well as distributors, general contractors, service professionals, and just all different industries. We're not catered to any in particular one. We don't cater to a particular niche, but it's definitely if someone we can provide services for, someone we can be an advisor, be a professional for, we're all for it. And in the real estate industry, that is something that definitely we found people can struggle with, and we work to build that relationship, get that professionalism, that expertise, that experience that we have amongst our team, and be able to provide services and a quality of work that definitely allows people to excel at what they're good at, allows us to bring in what we're good at, and just build a partnership and a relationship that we both enjoy and we're both able to excel. And in real estate, it's a fun little beast. It's a fun animal, and definitely I think people take it for granted on how complex it can be. But just that, there's anywhere from single family homes, multifamily, commercial, you name it. Just like in accounting, there's all sorts of ways to do accounting. At the end of the day, it is the same thing. We ideally do a good job of getting the right relationship and getting people the help that they need.
Well, you definitely, I know personally, I know myself, we have colleagues that love what you do and the detail and the service that you provide. So I appreciate you, they appreciate you. Now, one of the things, taxes is such a whole different world to me, right, and what I do daily. So I do lean towards you for that expertise. What would you say are the top 2 or 3 challenges that you see, maybe not just so much with realtors, but also homeowners, and being prepared for the tax returns and the filing of the tax returns?
Michelle, there's a number of things that we look to or look for from clients this time of year. And we don't expect our clients to know anything about income taxes. That's not what their choice of profession is. So what we try to do is help them help them learn what it is that we need from them in terms of tax documentation and record keeping and things like that. Principally, though, if we talk about homeowners just real briefly, the main thing we need from a homeowner is the interest statements on their mortgage, the property taxes they paid. If they just bought their home during that year, we'll need a copy of the closing statement. I think one thing, if we can kind of do a little sidebar here on residences particularly, is they are specifically allowed certain privileges, if you will, in the Internal Revenue Code. First of all, the interest and taxes are deductible as itemized deductions, assuming you can itemize on Schedule A. But the other thing is, and not a lot of people understand exactly how this works, but when you buy a principal residence or buy a residence, typically the first home you buy or even the second home you buy will not be ultimately the home you'll live in for the rest of your life. So there's this neat little provision in the Internal Revenue Code which allows you, if you will, to exclude gains of up to $500,000 for taxpayers filing joint tax returns, to exclude that gain, if you will, permanently, and would you never have to pay income taxes on it. So it's just important that you know those rules and how they apply and how long you have to hold the property and to be your personal residence and all that sort of thing before you move forward and decide when you're going to sell that piece of property. You may need to wait a little while. You may need to establish that it is your principal residence. You want to follow the rules and make sure that you would qualify for that special provision of the Internal Revenue Code. When it comes to residences, that's probably the most complexity that you'll get into. When it comes to our commercial clients, meaning the commercial real estate side, whether it be investors or developers or whatever, I'm going to talk a little bit about the tax side and let Daniel. What is important, and I'll let Daniel talk about this, is the type of records we would need, for example, on an annual basis from, say, someone that's renting property or developing property. Daniel.
And to go off of that, it basically comes down to investing, and that side of real estate is a business, and it should be treated as such. You should have a separate entity, separate EIN, separate bank account, and really treat it as a business. Sure, it's your second home, you happen to be renting it out, but go ahead, get the legal protection, talk to an attorney, get everything set up properly, protect yourself, protect your assets, and then as well as on accounting side, make sure you have the time and the resources invested into the business to have accurate books, accurate statements, and be able to use that information to not only present it to someone like us to do your tax returns at the end of the year, but also to future investors that you want to bring in, banks and loans, and just anything else that you could need a financial statement report or some other reporting that a bank would want to review, or an investor would want to review in order to even want to do business with you. And that's the biggest thing that I would stress is it is a separate business, treat it as such. Get the time, get the money either to budget aside to pay someone to do the accounting services, or very much you spend the time to learn and learn those skills to ideally do it as best you can and partner with someone that can get you to the finish line and get you the professionalism and the business backbone that you would want to have accurate reporting and be able to use that reporting to your benefit and the benefit of your business.
Well, I tell you what, I just say they need to call you. There's so much to tax code, and having a firm such as yourselves, as Reynolds and Associates, I think it's a smart decision as a business owner, as a homeowner. So how does everyone get a hold of you, Gene and Daniel?
There are several ways to get a hold of us, Michelle. Probably the easiest way is to send us an email, and you'll look down on the screen. I think it'll have info@reynoldscpafirm.com. They can call us anytime, 713-316-4560. They can send us, they can also look at our website. We have a robust website. It's www.reynoldscpafirm.com.
Y si hablamos español, entonces si necesita esa ayuda en español, sí le podemos ayudar. Yo y otros en mi equipo le podemos conseguir y hablar con usted y poder ayudarle en lo que necesita.
Thank you so much, and we'll be right back with this commercial break.
Working through the legal system is challenging and risky, especially if you don't have the right attorney at your side. Hi, my name is Sonia Aston, and I'm an attorney with over 30 years of experience. I've helped small and medium-sized businesses and business owners to make sure that their legal rights and interests are protected. As general counsel for you and your organization, I can draft and review solid contracts, minimize the risk of litigation, review and prepare comprehensive business succession plans, or help you navigate your company with the local, state, and federal government. Take a decisive step today. I'm here to make sure your legal rights are protected and you have a peace of mind that you deserve.
Hola mi gente bella, soy Saralina Cerón y quiero invitarte para que participes en la segunda edición del Congreso Internacional de Bienestar y Belleza el próximo 2 y 3 de abril en el Centro de Convenciones de Pasadena en Houston, Texas. Expertos en la salud y belleza de otros países se reunirán en nuestra ciudad para enseñarte cómo cuidar la vitalidad de tu cuerpo y tu belleza. Si quieres participar en la Expo Wellness Latino, aún puedes reservar un stand para promocionar tu producto o servicios. Ahí podrás encontrar proveedores de la más alta calidad. Con tu aporte ayudarás a que pacientes con escasos recursos económicos que han sido diagnosticados con cáncer, ansiedad, depresión, dolor crónico y de la tercera edad tengan acceso gratuito a terapias musculares y holísticas. La misión de Liz Wellness es la organización a la cual pertenezco para llevar bienestar y alivio a los más necesitados. Para más información, entra a nuestra página web www.congresolatinousa.com o escribe un mensaje de texto vía WhatsApp al 832-856-5074. Recuerda, soy Saralina Cerón, CEO de la Fundación Liz Wellness y directora del Congreso Latino USA.
Welcome back, everyone. Michelle Briggs here with Your Personal Real Estate. We are continuing our episode today, or our show today, with Bill McConnell. He's the Vice President of Sales with Stratus Title, as well as Paul McConnell. He's the Managing Partner of DeLange, Hudspeth, McConnell, and Tidbits. How are you two doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Well, thank
glad
you.
to be here.
I'm so glad that you are here. I think, my background, before I became a realtor, I was 2 decades in the title industry, and I think it's one piece of the real estate world or real estate transaction that is one of the most misunderstood and how important it is for us. So, Bill, tell us about you, about Stratus Title.
Well, I've been with the company about 18 months. My niece, Kristen Chandler, is the owner, and my brother Paul's in the group, and he's a title attorney. Anyway, I worked for almost 40 years for a home building company here in Houston, and retired in May of 2020. It was a really good time to retire. So I found myself we've been in real estate business all our life, and so my niece was on me to come and help grow the business, and I'm loving it. That's what we're doing. And I work with my family, and it's awesome.
Well, I love that. Again, I love having you here. And title, we can talk title for hours because of my background. But can you just share with us what is a title company inside of a transaction? What is title?
Well, we do basically 2 different things. We have the title insurance function, where we serve as agent for the title insurance underwriter that insures the title to your property. And then we also act as escrow agent in handling the funds for the closing. There are 2 separate functions that title company performs, and both of them are essential to the transaction because the lender wants a title insurance policy, the owner wants a title insurance policy, and yet the parties also want to make sure the money gets handled correctly, and that's what a title company does.
Exactly. So when you're mentioning about a title policy, one of the first steps as you are going into contract, or when you go under contract with your realtor, if you're the listing agent, buyer seller, your contract will go to a title company. And they're going to open title on that. And when we say open title, they're going to pull the information off of that earnest money contract, put it in the system, and start doing or completing the research. And by lot and block, it's not by address. That's one of the things, the misconception is by lot and block. And we mentioned title commitments, or you mentioned title policies, but can you talk a little bit about the title commitment? Because that's the first thing that is issued prior to a policy, correct?
Right. We will do the title examination, and then the company will issue a title commitment. The title commitment basically says that upon payment of the premium and the closing of the transaction, we will issue a title policy on these terms and conditions. It shows the exceptions to your title that are going to be taken in the policy, and it shows ownership and the requirements in Schedule C, the requirements that are necessary before we would be in a position to close the transaction.
Right, so when we call that Schedule C is the curative piece of it, right?
Right, C is for curative.
It is. It's what the title company looks at to see if there's anything outstanding on the property. And when I say outstanding, is do you have a lien, or is the owner making a monthly mortgage? So it shows you, the buyer's agent and the buyer, that they currently have a lien on the property or paying a mortgage on the property. There's name searches. There's so much that title does inside of the research, not only lot and block, but searching ownership. I mean, are there federal tax liens, abstract of judgments? Is what else am I missing inside of that, Paul? Like, there's several things that they look at.
Well, one of the first things you look at is, have the ad valorem taxes been paid? Are there any outstanding liens? What matters do you have? Sometimes you'll have, for instance, a swimming pool encroaching into a utility easement. That'll have to be dealt with one way or the other. Sometimes you'll have a garage encroaching into the utility easement. That'll have to be dealt with. Other times you'll have a restriction that has been violated, or you have a building setback that has been violated. These are all matters that have to be dealt with one way or the other before you can close the transaction.
And it's so important. Being a realtor, it's so important to understand what that is. I used to always say, title, we're not asking realtors to do the title company's job. We're not. However, in my personal opinion, it is very important for a realtor to be able to read a title commitment, to understand what is on there, what may impact or delay closing. And having a partnership with Bill and Paul and with your title company and being able to have the conversation is so important. So with that, what makes Stratus Title stand out from other title companies, Bill?
Well, one thing that is a real advantage for us is that we have 2 attorneys on staff, my brother and Dee Dawson. So every transaction probably has an opportunity for some discussion on the legality of everything, and we answer that and help them through those legalities. We're a very I want to say tenured, but we're a very experienced staff, and our closers are 20 plus years in the business. It's just the way it should be. And then my role is to grow the business. So my role is to develop business. Right. And that's all done through relationship. And, relationships, a lot of talk if you don't have any. But at the end of the day, that's how we grow our business, through the people that we know. We're old-time Houstonians. We're licensed in the state of Texas. We're underwritten by Fidelity and Old Republic. So we're agents for 2 of the biggest title companies in the United States. And then my brother's had a 50-year really career in the title attorneying business. So,
well, that in itself, it speaks volumes that your team has been with you for those many years. And I will be brave enough to say, if you are a realtor that is working with an escrow officer that is bouncing from one title company to the next, I invite you to call Bill and have a conversation.
The other thing is that I was a straight commission salesperson for 40 years. So I understand the ups and downs of that, how to fix a lot of things on that side. But at the end of the day, we're all there to help our customers. Again, we're growing, we're doing well. We're getting ready to open in the Heights. We're going to be at 109 Heights Boulevard.
901.
901, I'm sorry. 901. It probably is going to be in the next 2 or 3 months, so we're going to have a Heights presence as well. Our current office is at 1455 West Loop South.
Well, I cannot wait for our first closing in the Heights office. I am so excited about that. Maybe there's an open house coming up, or a little, I don't know.
We have a venue, so there's going to be some...
Great. Well, wonderful. So how does everyone get a hold of you, Bill?
Really just right there. I mean, if you call my cell phone, 832-444-8433, I'm going to answer. Or you can use my email. But I check that stuff all the time. So I'm very easy to get a hold of. I'll return calls quickly.
Excellent. Well, again, gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today. We could continue on and on about title, because there are so many situations that are surprises that you don't know about until that examination is complete. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, Paul, for being here today.
Thank you.
We enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
Según el FBI, un robo ocurre cada 13 segundos. Los hogares y negocios sin un sistema de seguridad confiable tienen 300% más de probabilidades de ser robados. Alert 360 proporciona soluciones de seguridad sólidas y personalizadas a clientes residenciales y comerciales, ya sea seguridad en el hogar, detección de incendios y monóxido de carbono, protección contra inundaciones, atención conectada para personas mayores, soluciones de vigilancia administradas por video, monitoreo de alarma las 24 horas al día, 7 días a la semana y seguridad de personas. Alert 360 es su solución ideal. Además, Alert 360 tiene integraciones inteligentes para el hogar y el negocio, para una total tranquilidad, protegiendo lo más importante y reduciendo los costos de energía con nuestras funciones de programación automática de primera línea. Alert 360 ofrece descuentos en servicios de seguridad a personal militar, veteranos, primeros respondientes, educadores y personal hospitalario. No seas víctima, da un paso fuerte hoy. Llame a Rosana Torres al 832-863-8574 para su consulta gratuita.
Hi there, This is Matthew Paul, CEO of Mayana Financial, where we'll help you live in the black and set up your financial future. You, as a business owner, is running your business and should not be worrying about your upcoming payroll or other expenses. You, as a family or individual, made a lot of money last year but trying to figure out where everything went. And that's where we come and help you. We are financial coaches and registered financial advisors, where we sit with you, create a budget, and ensure that your high interest debt is paid off and plan for your upcoming expenses. In your business, we will help you understand where the money is going and create a plan so you don't have to borrow at a high interest debt. We come across and help you to attain your financial future. So if you need to learn more about us, you can reach us at 281-435-1888. Again, I am Matthew Paul, CEO of Mayana Financial, where we help you live in the black and set up your financial future.
Well, we want to thank everyone for joining us today. Steve Baker, Paul McConnell, Bill McConnell, Dave Smith. We enjoyed having them. Gene Reynolds and Daniel Edwards, thank you so much for being here today. On this show, we want to be your guide to the real estate market. Stay tuned for more episodes Thursdays at 5 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening. Love never forgets. I'm Michelle Briggs. This is Your Personal Real Estate.
This has been a NowMedia Television feature presentation. All rights reserved.
Stop and think. How often do you take the time to set goals? And when you set those goals, how often do you hit them? The problem is the word goal setting. We all have goals, but goals are just wishes. Goals are what we want. What we really need is called result setting. My name is Katrin Becker, and what I do is create tailor-made result plans that ensure people will hit their targets. If you are committed for real results, let's chat and see which program is right for you and your team. Goals are just what we want, but together, results are what we will achieve.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Hi, my name is Elias Basabe, founder of Little Maria's Cafe Restaurant in West Houston, located in 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Here you will find a family-friendly and relaxed environment where you can enjoy a delicious homemade breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We know you need to get to work fast, and we want you to enjoy a tasty, quality, and healthy homemade food. So come and visit us for a great nutritious meal at an affordable price. We specialize in tasty breakfasts, deli sandwiches, fish, even barbecue cookouts. Little Maria's Cafe has it all. We only use the great quality of Boar's Head meats and products. Just like you, we love to get you up early. Little Maria's Cafe is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can dine in with us during breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or we can have it ready for you for pickup. Visit us today on the first floor of the CMPC Center at 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Order now at 832